Hello, today we are going to show you how to make fish stock. And the fish stock is going to, one group is going to make that and then share with the rest of the groups that need that actual stock. And the fish stock is traditionally used in the velouté mother sauce, which you will also be making after we're done with all the stocks. So we'll show you how to make that. Fish stock is definitely a different kind of stock than your traditional chicken and beef stock, which is used in most soups and stews. Fish stock is mainly used in fish soups and stews, and then fish sauces like velouté, which accompanies fish. So the first thing you are going to do is, on day one, you are going to pre-measure all of your ingredients and prep them. So the first thing is your onion, and we are just going to prep our onion by cutting the top and the bottom off, and then throwing that away in a garbage bowl or in a garbage can, and then you are going to slice off the skin, just like so. Alright? And you want to get that all off. Okay? And then you are going to thinly slice your onion. Okay? So some stock recipes want you to chunk it. This wants you to thinly slice your onion. It doesn't have to be like beautiful because you're going to be cooking it down, but you want to thinly slice it because it's going to surround all of the fish bones that you're going to be using. Okay, just like that. So that's all prepped. Alright, so you're going to put that into a baggie. Then the next thing you're going to prep is your leek, and you're going to use half of a leek. And the leek it's just like a green onion. It's not as flavorful as a regular onion, but it does add good flavor to the stock. And it's used in almost all of them. So to prep this, you're just going to make sure it's clean. And then you are going to use the white and pale green parts. So you're just going to cut this part off. Alright. And then you are going to also thinly slice this, just like you would if you were making the salsa for Javashino. Thinly slice. And it's just, the reason why you want to thinly slice it is so it surrounds all of the meaty bones. This fish stock is only cooked for like a half hour, so that's why you're cutting everything thinly. If you were cooking this for like 4 hours, you would cut it large. So you'll see other people who are making the chicken or beef, they're cutting everything large because those are cooking for a very, very, very long time. Right? So we'll put that right off to the side. The next thing you need is your bay leaf and your whole peppercorn. So we have those already ready to go. And then you are going to use 1 sprig of thyme, and this is a sprig of thyme. And then you're going to use 1 parsley sprig. And I don't have that, but I'll get it. I'll grab it. So the next thing we'll prep is your fish. So whenever we have done this in the past, students kind of freak out when it comes to the fish. So you need to use sea bass. You can use halibut. And it says in the recipe you can use the fish head, you can use the bones, etc. We just got a full fish body, just like so, and the head has been chopped off. And the reason why we ask for the head to be chopped off is because most kids like freak out. What you're going to have to do is kind of just cut off some of the pieces, and we need this in chunks. So to do that, you just kind of cut down, okay, like so. And it might be helpful to use your the kitchen shears if it's hard to get through because you're getting through actual bones. And then I'm just going to throw this away. I just want to cut off those scales. All right. So I'm just going to cut through. The scales they shouldn't be that hard to cut through. They're just a little stiff. Okay, so just like so. And it's going to be a lot easier if you're using the kitchen shears. So we'll be right. So we're back. So I'm using a boning knife now because my chef knife was hard. And you can see that when you're using a boning knife, it's meant just for this, and you need to be very careful. I'm not wearing any of the knife protection gloves, but if I were you, I would wear that during when you're doing this because I'm sure you're good with knives, but you could cut yourself. All right. So we just want to take off that scale. All right. If you have it. you might get a piece that's already been scaled for you. All right. Okay, and then just rip that off. All right, so it's as easy as that. So the next thing, we are just going to cut this down because this will not fit whole into your pot. So just cut it down. And there's a bone in the inside. That's where a lot of the flavor is going to be. But we want to separate this just like so. Okay, so pull this apart. So we'll be right back. So I finished cutting down our fish, and I ended up needing to resort to shears. So I tried French chef knife, doesn't work very well. Boning knife, it's okay, but it really was all in the kitchen shears. So now you're gonna put this off to the side, and you're all prepped for day 2. So now we're on day 2. So what you're gonna do is you're just going to make sure that this is cleaned off, but it should be fine. You're gonna leave the meat on there. And you're going to put it in your stock pot without anything else. No water, no heat on, nothing yet. Alright, so that's all ready to go. Then you are going to add in your remaining ingredients. So our thinly sliced onions, our thinly sliced leeks. And the reason why we don't add like carrot or anything like that is because this is going to be like a clear stock. Okay, so I put my sprig of thyme in there. And then I'm going to add my bay leaves and my peppercorns and my parsley stem. Okay? And then you are going to add 10 cups of cold water. Okay? So and it needs to be cold water so it gradually brings up the temperature and extracts the flavors of all of that fishy meat and vegetables. And then I'm going to cover it and I'm going to bring it to a boil. This is going to cook down. After it comes to a boil, you're going to reduce down, and you're going to let it simmer for about you're going to let it simmer for about 20 to 30 minutes, and it should be done by the end of the period. As it's cooking, you're going to skim off the top, and I'll show you how to do that as it's going. All right, so we're back to the fish stock. So I brought it to a boil. After it's been brought to a boil, so it's going to smell like fish, so no complaining. I know a lot of people like to complain, but it's really good in your soup or in your sauce, the velouté. So what you're going to do is you are going to reduce this to a simmer, so like a 3, and then you're going to put the lid on and you're going to let it cook for, like I said, 20 to 30 minutes, and then I'll show you the straining process when it's done. We're back with fish stock, so I'm going to show you what you're going to, what it should look like. So we've let this cook for about a half hour. So if you just want to come in and take a look, this is what it will look like. It's called a clear white stock. So it kind of looks like it would be like chicken stock. It's going to smell a little bit more fishy than that, depending on what fish is available. But you can see it definitely is cooked down. Okay. So what you're going to do is we need to store it. So for this demo, you are going to have a smaller one of these, but you're going to put the colander right over the top. All right. And you need to strain your fish stock because we don't want like the vegetables, the fish, we don't want any of that. You just want the liquid to use in your velouté sauce. So we're going to take this and carefully, and this is why you have a partner, I'm going to pour this in slowly. All right. Alright, so that's all done. So this remnants, now it's garbage. You don't need it, but if someone in your table wants to eat it, by all means go crazy and enjoy the fish, if you like fish. Alright, so then what you're going to do is this will be disposed of. So I'm just going to throw this away. And then all you do with this is you are going to, you're going to have to cool it in an ice bath. So like I said, this is going to be much smaller, and you're just going to make a makeshift ice bath with ice in a hotel pan, and then you'll put this right on top of it to cool down, and then we'll store this in the refrigerator until you use it in your mother sauce. So I hope you enjoy.